Hi, and welcome to the Packer TV. I'm Dean Cooper.
And I'm Sarah Furlansky. We have all the latest industry news that you need to know about, so don't go anywhere.
You know, there is just something about a big green ogre that everyone loves.
I take you're talking about Shrek, right, team?
Well, of course. And the movie star has now turned into a successful salesman too, at least for Vidalia onions.
Sounds interesting. Now we'll have that story a little later.
And here's what else you can look forward to today.
Strong demand meets a big avocado crop.
Industry leaders urge the government to support them against environmental groups.
And a potato promotion that's turning heads.
For our first story, we turn to markets editor Andy Nelson. He gives an update on the California avocado crop.
Thanks to a big California crop, early summer avocado shipments are at or near record levels, and grower shippers and industry officials say the demand is there to meet it. Rob Woodine, the company's VP of Sales and Marketing, said for June, shipments were up more than 30% from last year for Calavo growers. Big volumes weren't sending prices down, though. In fact, prices rose in the second half of June to about $30 per carton, according to the USDA. Emiliano Escobedo, marketing director for Opium, said Mexico and California have been complementing each other nicely this summer. The Michoacan Exporters Association, while California avocados have been on the small side, Mexican fruit has been trending large, he said. This is markets editor Andy Nelson for the Packer TV.
You saw it first on Packer TV, and now ABC News is catching on to how successful the Vidalia onion industry's promotion with Shrek is. The interest in its marketing tie-in with the Shrek Forever After movie campaign is so great that shippers expect to run out of the sweet onions early this season, by the end of July instead of the usual late August or early September. Late last month, a day after the Shrek promotion appeared on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, Vidalia Onion Committee Executive Director Wendy Brannon appeared on ABC World News Tonight. And if you missed it, here it is.
I wanted to tie our onions to something that kids could relate to, but that parents would actually still purchase.
They launched a national marketing campaign tied in with the new Shrek movie. But what do onions and ogres have in common?
Onions have layers. Ogres have layers.
The committee estimates that sales of Vidalia onions are up 50% this year.
Produce industry leaders recently met with federal agencies and urged them to reinforce the science behind regulations when activists draw attention to pesticide residues on produce. Stephanie Smith, chairwoman of the United Fresh Produce Association and CEO of River Point Farms, is among those spreading that message.
What we were able to get across today was how important it was for them to immediately stand up and take a position that it is better for the consumers to eat fresh fruits and vegetables than to have any fear around consumption because of pesticide residue. They seem to be very aware of the fact that these are all within tolerances that have been set by the EPA. And I think that was the message we were really able to say, is we are meeting tolerances that they've set. And yet when a media report comes out suggesting that there may be a risk, which is not based in sound science, that they need to immediately step in and take a position in support of the growers and shippers of these fruits and vegetables. So I believe they heard our voice today.
Smith and others met directly with U.S. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack back in June.
WP Rawl has a new corporate identity, and it all starts with a new logo. The Packers' Ashley Bentley has more.
South Carolina Grains and Vegetable Company Walter P. Rawl & Sons unveiled a new company logo at the beginning of July. The new logo, which is meant to emphasize the Rawl name and the company's continued growth, should start appearing on boxes and packaging within the month. Director of Sales and Marketing Ashley Rawl told me, "We are going to use our logo and brand in a very systematic approach of building brand awareness and being more relevant to the times of today." The new logo features the company name, WP Rawl, instead of Rawl brand as the former logo. This is Ashley Bentley for the Packer TV.
Imagine walking into a grocery store and being greeted with a family having a potato dinner, not to mention a talking potato head display. Well, that's exactly what happened to those who shopped at a Byerly's in Eagan, Minnesota. These oddities are part of a recent creative promotion. Wisconsin Potato and Onion Company, RPE Incorporated, hired local actors to stir up some oohs and ahs one Saturday as it kicked off its Tasteful Selection Specialty Potato Create Ooh Ah Moments campaign. The retailer featured 5 of the 9 varieties of potatoes in the line. The market launch of these specialty potatoes included sample drops to local food writers, along with a variety of in-store events, including POS signage, demos, cross-merchandising, and guerrilla marketing. Well, it's time now for our Packer Editorial Board's opinion segment. Today, Tom Karst weighs in on immigration. Check it out.
The inability of Congress to act on federal immigration reform has resulted in state and local efforts to address concerns of citizens about this issue. Now, Arizona crafted a law that is now subject to a challenge by federal officials who claim the law steps across the line and attempts to do the federal government's job. Well, that's the point, isn't it? One thing that can be gained by the controversial Arizona law is that it's one step closer to coming to terms with an immigration reform bill on Capitol Hill that accounts for holes in U.S. immigration policy and enforcement. This is Tom Karst with the Packer Commentary.
Great thoughts, Tom. We always love hearing our editors' opinions.
We also love hearing from you, so let us know what you think of the Packer by commenting on this cast.
And be sure to catch up on any casts you may have missed in the archives.
We'll see you next week.